Don't forget to add the stream when you do that.
What?
You gotta come down here and hit add the stream. Or
Oh, that's
add me.
dumb.
Yeah, I agree, but no, it is what it is.
I hate it. I shouldn't have helped you spell that word if I had known what that was.
What would I do with that?
What are you looking for?
The brake clean. Oh, there it is.
You have 5 cows, 2 dogs, and 1 cat. How many legs do you have?
Wait, say what?
You have 5 cows, 2 dogs, and 1 cat. How many legs do you have? 5 cows, 2 dogs,
20.
and 1 cat.
28. 32. Huh?
I don't know.
Don't ask me if you don't know.
Just them saying somebody with a little toothpick.
Yo, Limey. What's up?
Oh man.
Yeah. Sorry, I got busy and she's asking me a bunch of weird questions. I'm installing this live.
Is that what you're doing?
Yeah. Nada. 46. What did I ask? What's 46? What is 46? I'm confused. Nice. I need one of them. Oh, Vice. Legs. You said legs. I'm going to grab my drill. I'll be back.
Oh, he probably heard the joke.
Oh.
I don't know the answers though. I'm pretty.
Well, I was going to grab my drill.
Where is it?
Either somebody's got it or it's in the refrigerator.
Is it not right there?
That's it right there. I didn't use it. She asked how many legs.
Yeah.
I didn't know we were live when that happened. Sharp drill it. Man, I tell you what, it felt good to work on the car finally. Yeah. I bet, man. I bet it did. Okay. Sharpest bit I got.
He said a note to self. Invest in a
Spring
spring
compressor.
compressor.
Hey, does nothing special. How's it going, buddy? Pry bars don't work so good on prying them in, and they fly back at the speed of light. Thank God I am faster than light.
Some old thing, different day.
Same old thing, different day. I understand that. I should probably move this so I can see what I'm doing. So if you don't know, I'm
Just joined
Fritz
in.
Racing.
What are you working on?
I'm putting that in.
Mark says he can't hear us.
He can't hear me. I'm not muted, buddy. Fritz Racing, just join in. What are you working on? I'm putting a vice in.
Turn the volume up, Mark.
Uh-oh.
He said it's the racket you're making.
Oh, sorry.
Well, he's got to make some kind of racket. Flipping 54 degrees here right now. Jeez.
54.
Well, it looks like we're about to have a nadir of some sort. It's rained here about 3 times. Looks like it can do it again.
Here also, it's supposed to get the coldest tonight. Okay.
Coldest at night here in 100 years. Where does he live?
Illinois, isn't it? Jeez. I don't know if them are big enough holes.
How's your air quality been up there? We had a thunder rumble or two in Ohio.
Well, we had a
Thunder, lightning, power out.
power went out?
It flickered. Well, it went out at my aunt's.
Oh, yeah.
Some trees tore up, some high wind, some rain. all of the above. All of the above. Cool. Did it only have 3?
Well, no. This one goes straight into that leg. I can't get a nut on that one. Damn, that's a good drill bit.
Yeah, when it's flinging everything everywhere.
Forget it. Babe, these were used from my flash house. I pulled these out of the dumpster
Why?
because I didn't have any.
And nobody else used them?
No. Must be
Should you have been wearing
safety
glasses?
Probably.
Alright. You complain about your eyeball later. You're on
There's
your
nothing
own.
in it now.
You say that.
Cool. I like rumbles. I like rumbles when it's coming from an engine.
Do you need Brooke to show you how it's done? With a laughing face. Mark said that.
Yeah, probably.
That wouldn't be any good. Huh?
It's a better idea than what I got.
You did this tape.
Oh, I don't
What the
remember.
heck did you do to the tape? Hello, rods, and streetcars.
Say hi. Spider on me.
Ah.
What did you say? Did you say hi?
Yeah.
Hi. Where did that go?
What are you looking for now?
This. But. So for those coming in and joining in, I'm just installing a vise real quick, and then I will get back to talking with you guys for more.
In the description I said, what did I say? I don't know what it said.
That's probably
Actually, let me.
That's close. I can't use that one. Comes our dog. Are them grade 8 bolts there, partner? Absolutely not. These are grade 5. I would never use grade 8 bolts on any. I wouldn't use that on anything except a race car. As far as
I put join us tonight and see what we've gotten into the past couple weeks.
way too much. Way too much. Okay. Way too much. Perfect. Yeah, these are going to bend. Or, yeah. I think grade 8 shear and grade 5 bend. Something like that. I don't know. Doesn't matter. I paid $20 for this vise, so it can't be that nice. It's just something that I needed.
Yes, Shauna, that is me. She sent me a picture of the chat, and she goes, "Is this you?" ? No, it's freaking Bob the Builder. Yes, it's me.
Could have been Bob the Builder. I mean, I would. If Bob the Builder.
Me.
If Bob the Builder wants to come on here, I will definitely allow Bob the Builder to come on our channel. Yeah. It happens a lot around here. You might not know that, but it happens a lot around here.
Snaps and you will experience recovery. Yeah.
I don't have 2 half-inch trenches.
You ain't got what?
2 half-inch trenches.
2 half-inch?
Yeah.
You don't have half-inch trenches.
I got 1.
Why do you need 2?
To do the bottom side?
Oh. Why do you need 2?
Yeah.
Good job.
This one's got to be interesting.
I was about to say, well, you can move that.
Do that one. If I snap anything, shit, that will. Yes, sir. It really will. Ta-da.
How about if it drops anything? Why did you paint it gray?
It's primer. So that it doesn't get water under it. And just
So it doesn't rust.
so it doesn't rot. I don't care about surface rust.
Rot, same thing. Car is officially not squatting from bad springs and broken shocks.
Well, good.
Bottom ball.
What's the
torque setting?
The torque setting? I'm not using Ugga Duggas, so it's the good and tight.
40-plus-year-old parts went bye-bye. Okay. I know it's you. I'm being funny.
Look at that. Look at that. You can't get that kind of quality from $20.
Shauna, if you're watching, jokes go.
If you don't notice, her hair is blonde.
It's very funny. It is not.
It's blonde.
It's red. Red. For anybody who's seen me in person, this is red.
I want to pull
Red.
that up and pull the comments up so I can see it.
What am I doing? What?
Pull my phone. Pull it up on my phone so I can see comments.
Oh, I guess so. No, this is Dylan's phone, not your phone.
I got. Pause that.
Tomorrow.
So I got Good news, I got bad news. I'll let you choose what you want to hear first.
Gotta watch weather first. Yeah.
So, just. What am I rolling? Believe.
Limey says bad always first.
Okay, well. The bad news is my truck doesn't have reverse. The good news is it has all the forward gears. And the transmission is in and the vehicle still runs. What? I was getting catfish for a minute. Thought it was orange. I mean, it kind of is orange.
I can hit you just now. I can't hit them.
I'd actually call it ginger. Which, I mean, technically it is. Technically it is ginger. Would you rather have it red? It is not strawberry blonde. No, it is not. I've seen strawberry blonde.
Bland.
Bland.
Hey, just like my Ram, same here.
I think he was talking about the reverse.
I don't know.
Well, we can put tape in the device. I'm glad I'm out of that.
Reverse is overrated. It'll be fine.
Yeah, I'm hoping it's a simple fix because if not, it's got to come back out. You want me to put that
No.
face down?
No.
Please. See that or put that up there.
Yeah, no.
That's what I thought.
You
I'll be right back.
You know dang well I can't fix that.
I know this, but did you?
Actually, I probably could have reached that.
Trying to clean up my bench. Well, weld table, really.
He said, just park on an incline when going places. You be fine.
Yeah,
Now they're wanting the good news.
I already said the good news. Yeah, the good news is it has all the forward gears. That was the good news. Yeah, there's not much good news in this household right now. I got lots of work and no time. See that?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I mean, there's not much good news here. Man. Battery percentages. Are you going to the house?
Yeah, take it to the cat wagon.
Got my charger. Please. Yeah, there's not much good news here. That's good news, yes. I would consider that good news. Yeah, it's pretty good news. I am going to take that apart because that's not mine. I'm going to put these up. I got more news too if someone wants to I got more good and bad news if someone wants to hear that. But it's all bad really. Bring the news. So for my job, I have to leave the country, that's the good news, to train and stuff for my job. The bad news is I got to do it for 4 weeks, and them 4 weeks are possibly like in July or August or whatever. So the dates aren't good. That's the problem. So, yeah, I get to fly across seas for training for 4 weeks. I know I don't sound super happy, but I am. I got a lot of stuff to do, and the fact that I'm gonna be over to 4 weeks, and I'm hoping I learned something, but I don't know if in 4 weeks time. So I'm training. So I work as a traveling service tech. So I service any kind of mixer. So I mean, any Ford catalytic converter. I service the mixers that mix the ceramic to make the insides. Any kind of dog food mixer. I got to go to one in July. It's L'Oreal, like the makeup company. All kinds of different applications as far as what the machines do, but it's just big mixers. I don't know. Hopefully this relationship turns out to be something, but he's I don't know how bright he is. I don't know his title. If he's not the maintenance man, I'm good with it. But if he's the maintenance man, they're going to be in trouble. He seems like a really nice guy, though. So I mean, he's open to learn. But he was asking for training, and I'm like, I can train you on some things, but not everything. I'm not super skilled at everything. But so how's everybody else's week going? I know I've not been good on my lives and stuff, but man, life just gets too busy, and I run out of time. Between trying to make money so that I can go to places and race and enjoy company of my fellow international guys and all that, I'm struggling. Beating box. Can you guys hear that radio? Probably have to turn that off.
Alexa, off.
So, what? She's laughing. What are you laughing at me for?
You see them, right?
Yeah, I see him. Why? Wow. Intelligent. Started the week rough and ended the week on a high note. Yeah. So, Mark, as far as getting your car here, I've not sat down and I've not made a schedule yet. I should theoretically be able to get it in soon. For what little we got to do. Shit, I sprayed my computer. I don't care. I sprayed my computer with brake clean. That's not a good thing. But short week this week. Only 6 hours this week. One breakdown.
Who's that?
Mark posted that. Excuse me.
Oh my God.
What?
It says how most women induce labor and they're bouncing on like a yoga ball. This one's jet skiing.
Nice.
Or not jet skiing, whatever, waterboarding or whatever you call it.
Yeah. So just to show you how cheap this is, I mean, one smack and that thing's broke. But for what I'm using it for, it's going to be fine. Hopefully nobody else uses it because they don't like to. I like to be easy on stuff. But we got one on the main bench. But the problem is it's usually used up. Oh, only 61 hours. I thought he said 6 hours.
Huh? Are you talking to me?
Speaking of that, Mark, have you found a car yet? Because you may, if you don't find nothing, we may have something for you. I don't mean you have to pay for it, and I don't know what he wants for it, but Dad just bought something, so. And
Dylan's is still available.
who? What is?
No, it's not, is it?
Yeah, it is. What's the guy look like? The person that's wanting. Because if not, you can just delete the comment. Because most people, most okay. Hopefully he wants it. I have it priced really right. I mean, you as far as 6 liters come, you can't buy it running and driving. You can hear it run 6 liter with all the harness, flywheel. I mean, you just can't buy it for $1,500. So I mean, I have it priced at $2,200. You could sell the wheels and tires off of it to somebody for $200. There's money there.
He said, only bride is and feeling okay. My big buck came to life.
Hell yeah.
Not yet. Checks coming. Not yet. Checks coming. Caroline, I thought knee sideways and front and back ended being a gravity fed issue on my property.
See, I told you that, Mark. Remember when I was in North Carolina, or the Carolinas, and I told you, I said, make sure that you check and make sure it's not a gravity-fed pump. Although I think this is a different one. I think he had to get another pump or something like that. I think. There's a difference.
He said I didn't listen. Face.
Huh?
He said he didn't listen with a laughing face.
Oh, I see it. It comes on yours before it comes on mine. That's all right. Yeah, I mean, like I'm starting my wiring hopefully tomorrow, weather permitting. Good luck. I hate wiring. Anybody that says they enjoy wiring fully is a psychopath. Don't get me wrong, there's aspects of it that I enjoy as far as, just adding in something. But having to do a complete circuit, like full from ground up to get a car running, hate it. Stupid.
5 wires. Boom. Done.
Is that what he posted on there? Boom, done. Okay, yeah. See, 5 wires. That's nothing, really. Huh?
Gotta be wired to do that.
Yeah, you gotta be wired, that's for sure.
And no boom. Booms are bad.
If you have a boom, you're doing something wrong. Anybody on here sell cans, like aluminum cans? Tell me what the price is. I got about I got 4 up here. I got 2 down there. So 6. What's 6 times 55? I think that other one's 133, so
330.
Huh?
55 times 6, 330.
That means I have
330 some freaking
460 gallons worth of cans.
Oh my god, that's ridiculous. 31 cents a pound here.
31 cents. Yeah, see, that's not even worth taking.
And bottom box says 3 cents each. Each what? Can?
If someone hands me 3 cents per can, come on down.
Ew.
I'll let you count them too. Yeah, I got like the big, like 100 and something gallon caged tanks, like they use for like transportation of liquids and stuff like that.
Smash it. Half and half. Like in his things.
Yeah, I mean it's mixed. There's probably, I don't know. There's probably a couple 100 pounds of cans.
Don't you have like that big like water thing filled?
That's what I'm saying. That's the 130 gallon. I think it's 130. Look it up.
That's 250 gallons. I just sold mine. They hit 70 cents a pound here a couple of years ago. My dad took 600 pounds to them scrapyard.
Yeah, the prices usually only go up for a little bit. I'm trying to time it right because I'm not. I'm 30, like 20. A while ago, it was 25 cents a pound. I'm just not. It's not even worth that. I got
What do you
$20.
call it?
Huh?
What is it thing?
I don't even know what to call it. Large container. I don't. I have no idea. I don't even know what they're called. But yeah, so I got 460 gallons worth of
Let's
cans.
see, 275 gallons.
Let me see it. See a picture. Yeah, one of them. So it's 275 gallons.
Yeah.
Holy crud! So that means I got. What did you say? The the 55 gallon times what was it?
330.
330 plus 275.
605.
Yeah, so 605 gallons. So whatever that would be to weight, you'd have to get the volume of everything and stuff.
Yes, does nothing special. Yes, that was what we were talking about.
But yeah. So, I mean, I have a lot. When I say a lot, I mean, I'm probably going to have a 24-foot trailer full of cans. I mean, theoretically. Be the first trip for the enclosed. God, I want to exercise. What? Headache? So, not much action going on here. I take the car. I almost got him.
To the dyno next Friday.
Yeah. I go to the dyno next Friday. Or this Friday.
Oh, yeah, I guess it's true.
Yeah, I go to the dyno this Friday.
You said I told the price you were doing.
Yeah, I hear you does nothing. That's about the only way you can do it. Problem is, price may never go up. This may be the new normal. Which, if that's the case, I'll probably never get rid of my cans. I'll have to buy more containers or something, or find more. Maybe I'll call Stebbins. Who? Oh, jeez.
He was typing to me and he said change his typing.
To you or me?
To me.
Oh.
I know he's nothing.
Yeah, maybe I'll call Stebbins. They'll give me a more 55-gallon drum. I got metal
Probably
ones.
charging now.
Yeah, I got metal ones. Never say never. Price could jump tomorrow. Well, see, I can't keep track of it every day, so that's the problem. I gotta go on people telling me what that is. So if someone told me every day, hey, it's 40 cents, hey, it's 30 cents, hey, it's this, hey, it's that, I could probably catch it, but that's the problem. I don't have time to just sit there and check it. I don't have time to think anymore. With the pew pew. Now, see, I thought about that. I'm not saying for the zombie takedown, but like I thought about melting them down and putting them in blocks because they're easier. Hey, Colleen, how you doing, buddy? Um, they're easy. It would be easier to store an aluminum chunk, but I don't have any way to melt them down. So I mean, it just is what it is. I could create something, but that would take time, and I don't have it this year. Maybe next year, just not gonna happen. Too much on my plate now. Can't add more to it. But it all
Look at
depends
his
on
face.
where you are. The price gets higher the further north you are.
Look at his face.
What's wrong with his face? Okay. Oh, it's all soaked and wet where it's been out in the rain. But
No freaking kidding.
yeah, so we're up north. We're not north, but we're depending on where you live, I guess we're up north.
So this would be a bad time to have you build the axle for me.
Yeah. I'll just say this. As far as work goes for other people, I'm backlogged until the end of the year.
He said, so why don't y'all take one? Because he doesn't have
Take what?
a vacation.
Yeah, I mean, it's just impossible. I can't. It would be impossible for me to take a vacation now. Now, January, I should be able to, and that's the other thing. If No Name Nationals, if they require me to get more subscribers, if it's 1,500 or something, I still have to get them. So it'd be impossible. It's gonna be a never-ending cycle. I bet. I know what you mean, Guy. That was supposed to do mine. Is now on race circuit. I mean, I'm not that into it. I just okay, maybe I am, but I'm in the points, and that's fun. There's a wrecking yard here. They take their crushed cars to Norfolk, Virginia. It's a 5-hour ride. I mean, I can't just pick up and go to Virginia. I don't know if you know, but we're in Indiana, DNS. So
There's Norfolk from Virginia.
that's where Macy's going.
Who?
Macy,
What?
remember? That's where all the I don't know if I can say this on here or not.
It's 10 hours from here.
Yeah, so a 10-hour drive to Norfolk, Virginia.
That's the fastest route.
Wow.
639 miles.
I know what you mean, DNS. I wasn't being like rude. I didn't want to, I knew what you meant.
13 hours and 35 minutes, and it avoids highways.
All right, see you, Mark.
Bye, Mark. Fellas,
I'm sure-
and lady.
I'm sure I'll talk to you at some point this next coming week or the week after.
He's literally your boyfriend. So I'm sure you'll hear from him.
I'd like to hear from that guy.
That won't happen.
So I got a customer that, he's a good guy. Don't get me wrong. He's a little bit, yeah. He's a good guy. He's a little technologically incompetent.
Uneducated.
Yeah, or uneducated. He's older. He's probably in his 50s, you think?
Huh?
He's probably in his 50s, you think, right?
Yeah,
You see him.
yeah, close to, yeah, mid.
Anyway, I don't know what's really, there's nothing wrong with him, I don't think. Besides his habit to the 420 thing. You know what I'm saying? So, besides that, he doesn't do anything that would make him not capable of anything. But I think I think he works all the time, and that's just what he's got to do. But, when you have somebody do work for you, the best way to get a better deal is to be on the phone 24/7 with them. If let's say I'm doing work for one of you guys, the best way to treat your especially a small business. Big corporation is probably just, it is what it is. Your customer service is going to be subpar at best, usually. But like, if I say, hey, come get your car, it's finished. Here's the bill, here's the total. Bring that money with you, pick the car up. Tell me when you're going to be able to pick it up, and then come pick it up. Don't wait days and days and days to respond back with anything.
Or the, hey, I'll be here this day.
Yeah, he did that once too. Well, that's, it is what it is. I can't control other people. I can only control what I can control. 24 cents. Yeah, I think it's 40 cents here. So what? Go that way. Why? I don't care. We're not going to be out here very. Just do that one. Yeah.
Don't get it disease.
No, you won't.
Don't
He
say
cleaned it too. Oh, jeez. I hope I do.
Stop.
I'm using your seat. Hey, don't forget to take this in.
Hey, your mom washed her blankets.
Nice.
They're in the dryer. They're done. Oh my God, you did clean it.
Yeah, I literally just said that.
I know, but I didn't trust you.
You usually don't.
Well,
I don't know. I don't know what made me think of it besides seeing the leftover gasket. But if you've not went and checked out my shorts on YouTube, there's a good short about quality check and making sure you have gasket material laying around. I had to make a gasket for the ramp truck, and that's just is what it is. But yeah, I mean, 45 cents a pound is probably honestly not bad. It's just not great. I mean, that's just the thing. I mean, you should be getting at least $1 a pound, at least, to make it worth it. I mean, just the way I think. Yeah, see, I got a full sheet. I'll show you. I've used it twice, but I mean, hang on. Think about how many little gaskets you can make with that. I mean, this was a Felpro, and it was kind of expensive. But think about how many things that you can make before that goes garbage. Yeah, cereal boxes. That's another good one. But the only reason I don't like that is because it's not a permanent fix. If I have this laying here, I can make any gasket in the world, almost, except the head gasket.
Could you really?
I can. You can dream it, I can make it.
If you say so.
But, oh shit.
I did that earlier.
Smack my face off my own table here. You guys would get a kick out of that. I wouldn't. You guys would.
I would find it hilarious.
She would be laughing her butt off. So yeah, I mean, that's just what it is. It is what it is.
What are we making out of cereal boxes?
Gaskets.
you cannot make a gasket out of a cereal box.
Yeah, you can.
No, you cannot.
Yeah, you can.
No, you can't.
Yeah, you can.
Have you ever ran one of those underwater? It's cardboard.
You do realize my transmission pan is made out of the same material, just differently formed, right?
Out of a cereal box.
It's cork.
Your thing in there.
Yeah, it's cork.
Well, you would see why. You would understand why it's leaking then.
Leave it to me. Bad.
Just saying.
Yeah, read Limey's comment. Yes, you can, but it won't last long.
Exactly.
It's
why would you do that?
read Colleen's thing. It says cereal boxes work great in a pinch.
Your pinches, they last forever.
Well, just normal people don't do that kind of stuff. They don't
Okay,
wait till the
well-
last minute to fix something.
Well,
I'm not normal.
yeah.
I like my voice.
Do you?
Yeah, I'm glad I did that.
Oh, good. Judy Jones, you smart man. Wonder what they did.
Let me see it. I zoom
They're
in right
missing a
there.
boat.
Yeah, zoom in there. Oh my God, it's impressive. That's just to get you out of trouble. Yeah, I mean that's just to get you off the side of the road or whatever. Lonnie says he waits till last minute.
No.
You're not supposed to do that. I mean, really, in all honesty, I do it. And I mean, technically, we got a fleet of vehicles, though. I mean, think about it. I got red truck. Yeah, I got the red truck, the Laguna, my car, her car. What else? Trailer. I'm gonna have another trailer. The ramp truck eventually. I mean, I'm gonna have a whole fleet of vehicles to take care of. That just sucks. It just is what it is.
They'll all end up like your Civic.
No, I'll never let them get as bad as my Civic. I have been there. I hated that. I had to force myself to
Been
drive
there, done
thing.
that, don't want to go back?
No, I got the T-shirt, and that's all I want out of that. I don't want. I'm tired of that life. But yeah. So what's everybody else working on? What on earth is that? Ladies are not supposed to have beards.
Here you go.
What's that? Dang, I look ugly. I look like I've been going to college for like, what the? She's doing something on the whole Snapchat thing where it puts faces on you and stuff. I hate that thing. It's the most annoying thing ever, but whatever. So are you going to sell the EFI now? If somebody buys it, yeah, I'll sell anything. I price it out. I priced it out for $700. I priced it out for $700 as I get interrupted again.
You've done said it 3 times. You
I
could
know,
have
but you
finished it.
keep like interrupting. So anyway, and so I think it's worth that. I mean, I have way over that in it. I mean, that's probably 50% or less of what I have in it. So, and I can't say this enough, and I'm just don't even buy one. I mean, they're just not worth the money. I hated saying that. I like Hollies. I like Holly's products. I mean, they're a good company. They used to be. I really wish they would stop selling the Sniper. There's people that have good stories about them. There's people that have bad about them. I'm the one with a bad story, unfortunately. I mean, it's just the way it goes. It was all wired properly. I mean, I had a Holly tech literally tell me that. I mean, that's just the way she worked. I mean, that's it. Nope, sticking with my quick fuel. Yep. The more and more I work on stuff, the more and more I realize carburetors are where it's at. Now, don't get me wrong. Multi-port fuel injection by Holly for the LS motor is the way to go. Do not carb a Holly, or do not carb an LS engine. Hate it. He had a turn around dual EFI. Yeah, I hate that for him. What's bad is he's a big enough YouTuber that Holly, kind of patted and gave him the products.
Agree.
Which one do you agree with? What, does nothing specials?
Mm-hmm.
From the stories I keep hearing, Holly needs a serious redesign. I mean, like I said, the carburetors are still good, and the multi-port fuel injection for for like the LS engines are perfect. I mean, I haven't had no issues out of mine. None. Not one. And I've not heard very many issues besides small wiring problems where somebody has done something stupid, or where they weren't thinking in the time when they were putting it together and just kind of missed it. Good evening, Don. How's
About
Don?
time you show up.
You know, I could put a. Hang on. How do I do that?
What?
How do I add? Can I
Do what?
add somebody?
What do you mean?
Maybe somebody wants to hop in with me. I don't know. I don't know how to do that.
I think.
Invite.
Oh, there you go. And then
Copy.
you copy that, and then you type it into the thing.
Here.
Somebody jump in.
If somebody wants to join, please do. I don't care. You know.
$10 Don does.
You're probably right. But
I just had a headache now that it's not working. Oh Jesus! What is that?
Rudolph the gold-nosed reindeer.
Here.
I put this on her nose. I don't know if you can see that. It's a gold washer.
See, I know what those things are. What are those things called that are like real kind of? Where'd you put it?
Like that. Hang on.
Like what?
Like that.
Yeah, with the little thingy.
Split in it?
Yeah.
They're called a lock washer.
Hmm.
So when you tighten that down, it puts force on both sides. They work pretty well. They're not the best thing in the world, but they work well. Huh?
I said, what does that even mean?
What, lock washer?
I think you said it puts pressure on both sides. Like, doesn't just
Hang on, we're about to have a teaching session. Hang
doesn't
on.
a
second.
regular washer do that?
No.
What? Is it gonna rain again? I swear. Hello, Wendy. Wendy English up in here.
Really?
Yeah.
Hi, Wendy. We're gonna have the schools in session.
School's in session.
If you want to learn from dumb people like me, you can. So when you start to tighten that down, it twists into the metal. And
That
now you're,
does.
yeah, and it flattens out. And so now you're pushing up and you're pushing down. See how they're splitting? They're like that.
Mhm.
They're really only good one time when you use them, but people reuse them. So then now you're
So do
putting,
you have to use both of those?
yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, so then now you're putting force down and you're putting force up. And so now it won't, if it wants to move or loosen up,
Okay.
yeah, see? Mr. Don has the answer.
Washers dig into the nut so it won't back off.
But, so,
I was just curious. You gonna learn today?
who put that?
Me.
Oh.
I'm gonna need you to squeeze my head again.
Oh, jeez. Don, you can join in, buddy. Hopefully somebody will.
Tell Larry hi.
Hi, Larry.
Say hi, Larry.
I text you, say I'm watching.
Yeah, she goes, I even have Larry in here watching it. I'm like, say hi.
They're really just watching my head. Well, I mean, my upper torso, I guess, but
From your pecs up.
I don't, you have to be muscular to have pecs, I think. I'm not muscular.
Logan, come here.
But
Come here. Your head is so wet.
not much. Not much going on tonight.
Whole lot going on tonight. Oh, there you go. Now do this.
There you go.
I don't
How's
want
it going?
Waiting for the rain to start.
Oh, us too.
It just stopped here, and it's going to start again. Not fun. It's rained twice now.
4 times.
Four
Three
times?
3 times.
3 times.
When we woke up this morning,
Yeah.
and then it rained the first time when we all went in for supper, and then when we were all back out here.
It rained again. Yeah, you're right. So we're going on number 4.
We're supposed to get some this evening, but I think it's drying up by the time it gets here.
I hope so. I hope for your sake that you
Man,
don't have to get it.
our freaking
No.
the wind got real bad up here. Knocked
Yeah,
some
the wind
trees
was
out.
the wind was really bad here. Supposedly there's some
power.
stuff down in town and stuff like that. So
Oh, really?
Don't need any of that.
no.
Now it's supposed to rain here tomorrow most of the day, so
I didn't even know it was supposed to rain today.
I didn't either. I mean,
Till
I
we
looked at the
woke up.
weather this morning and it showed nothing. So
we haven't got rain here for almost a month.
It's been a while since
we
it's
could
rained
not
here.
have rain for all summer and wouldn't bother me any.
It's been a while since it's rained here.
But that's just because I get most of my stuff done in the
There's
winter.
nothing. I'm glad it rained here. We've been smoked out all week. Yeah, us too.
That's nothing special. Yeah, I mean, it's been really hot and dry for the past probably a month.
Well,
Close
and
to it.
then with the freaking fires in Canada and them messing up our air quality from all the crap.
You know,
It can't be real. It just can't
It
be.
literally is real. New York's getting it worse than we are. They have to wear N95s just to go outside because the smoke's so bad. Somebody vouch for me that it's
it was
real.
pretty thick here.
See?
I mean, it was hazy enough here you could look right at the sun without squinting.
See?
Oh, dang.
Told you.
It's hard to imagine it affecting that far away from the source.
I know
That's a lot of smoke.
And it's
it
like
was
it's all
for
going
days.
coast too.
Yeah, for days. That's the thing. It's not like it's just one day and gone. That's a lot of smoke.
I've been out back all day, and now she's loving me.
Ours is in the house sleeping. I put
Yeah,
her
ours is asleep in the house.
somewhere. I have to put her on a diet because she's too big.
Too fat.
So
Vet says she needs to lose weight.
she's a 14-pound cat, and I have to feed her I have to feed her as an 8 to 10-pound cat, which means she eats one time a day.
She's going to hate you.
Yep, she's been stuck up his butt. I
I
swear,
was just about to say,
ever since Thursday, she's been stuck up his butt.
she knows that Mom
And I
put
think
her on a
she
diet,
knows.
so now she likes me more.
It used to be the other way around. She didn't want nothing to do with him, and now she wants everything to do with him and nothing to do with me.
I'm good with it. I love my cat.
She's a turd.
I don't have a choice on this one. She makes me love her.
The smoke made it to South Carolina. You could see the ash when you used your wipers in the morning. Holy cow.
Wow. Colleen, where were you at in South Carolina? I was just there.
He was in North Carolina for so many hours, and then
Yeah,
in South
I
Carolina.
was right near Charlotte, so I was right on the North Carolina South Carolina
Line.
line. So
Charlotte.
yeah.
Wow.
So is Dawn getting ready for the No Name Nationals?
He said Columbia.
Yep.
So she, I think.
Or
Yeah, I was out there. I had to do some
they said Columbia.
painting underneath the car today. I wanted to do it before it rained.
Pretty sure.
I'm hoping to put the front end back together this week, but I don't know if the weather's going to let me do it.
You got your 500 too, right?
Yep. Yeah, I got that back in April, I think.
Okay, that's what
Been
I
a
thought.
while.
It is.
Yeah. My floor pan showed up yesterday.
They sell floor pans for that?
Surprisingly.
Wow, that's pretty cool.
His name's
But the floor's been patched twice, and my uncle put a hump in the middle for a floor shifter, so this floor pan's going to need a lot of work. So I'm going to have to measure off where the door sill is and then cut it back and then either overlap it or cut it even. And
You got some time, so
I ain't worried about it.
He gets to hang out with everyone at Hot Rod Power Tour Tuesday.
get to hang out with all the people at it. That's pretty cool, Colleen. That'll be fun. I've never, I, I don't know about Power Tour. I don't quite understand it, and that might just be because the fact is I'm not like into the whole car show, sitting around.
He's done
Like-
it once
Like
and got second place.
I done one car show in my life, and that was with my Laguna. I didn't even wash it. It had mud in the end fenders, where I took it to the track where it rained, and I got second place. So I still don't understand that, but Bristol.
I think.
But like Power Tour, I think is just where you like take a cruise, right? Like you just drive across the country, right? Am I wrong about that?
What's that?
I'm not sure the details on that.
Because like Drag Week, I would love to do Drag Week. That's
where
fun.
you go race at one place and then go
You
race
get
at
your time,
another.
put your time slip in, and you go race at another one. Yeah. I think they go on average, but I'm not sure how they do that.
It's just a traveling car show for those that don't race.
Yeah, so I don't have anything to put in that. Everything I own is either a race car
Truck.
or it's a
Put
work
your
truck.
truck.
Well, I mean, it's
It's
not
not
like
a work truck right now. It's not a working truck.
well, it doesn't. Yeah, I mean, it's in reverse, but yeah,
I
I just got my red truck. Don, you remember my red truck that I brought to Nene Nationals?
Yeah.
Yeah. The training got really hot and
It
then
went kaput.
it wouldn't work. So I had to replace it. I took it out and had a buddy work on it that did the transmission of my car, my race car. And we put it back in. I got it finished up yesterday. I put fluid in it today and it didn't have reverse.
Oh,
Yeah. So that was a good feeling. I asked him about the warranty. He's a good friend. I mean, I've known him my whole life, and Dad's known him his whole life.
so how soon do you pull it back out?
We're going to try and get a hold of him tomorrow to see if there's something we can try before we go that far. Because I literally just welded the exhaust up, so where I have to cut that back out to get it back out. So.
That's gotta
And-
suck.
And my schedule, depending on this week's decision, I got to fly out to Germany for 4 weeks at some point. If they choose, I gave them 3 options.
If they choose August 13th, I'm going to scream.
I think I gave them like early this year, like right before September and a little bit before. And I gave them November and December, about the times I can probably do that to
Colleen
leave.
RC Industry was in there last year.
So I think they're picking the earliest date, which may have to wait to put that together. I have to put that to the side till the winter.
Which will be okay, but he's not okay with it.
Yeah, I don't want to have to put it. I mean, I hate not having the truck.
He's got a little Cam Bam. It's purple.
Yeah, my little Camry can't really haul much. That's what I drive daily.
Cam Bam. It's purple. I
It's-
like
It's
it.
a purple Camry.
I
You're
like
right.
it.
It's a turd.
You can have mine.
No, I don't want yours.
It's missing half the front bumper and the whole side fender.
Her Camry's got 400-something thousand miles on it.
It does. It's got 404,472 miles.
Car run forever
Well,
if you don't wreck it.
Means it's been a good one, right?
yeah,
Yeah, I mean, she paid $700 for it.
700 stinking dollars.
Oh, that's good money then.
And I've put,
Well over 100,000 on
I was talking about how much money I had in it.
it, right?
Like
I mean,
$300.
yeah, we put struts on it when they wore out completely.
Oh, okay, maybe 400 for the $100 alternator.
Yeah, and then alternator.
The
So-
alternator was like the brand stinking one out of the freaking factory. Still had the Toyota sticker on it and everything, and then it left
So
me
it made-
stranded at a stop sign.
It made almost 400,000 before the original alternator went out. So that's pretty cool.
I've put
Yeah,
When it-
Limey, I like Drag Week. That's something I think would be fun. but I just don't have the time to do that.
When it gets to 452,000 is when I had put 100,000 miles on it. So I have 52 more thousand miles to go.
You'll do that.
I have
probably.
90 some miles left to go until I get it to 500,000.
If that thing reaches 500,000, I'm buying one, another one.
Yeah.
It's just impressive. I mean, the fact that they go that long, even though, I mean, if you're talking about as far as like,
And they go long when you take care of them.
yeah,
Took
but
me
still,
4
I
years
mean,
to wreck it, so.
like, if you told me that a straight six in a Camaro would last 400,000 miles, I'd laugh at you.
Right.
Get $1 million out of it, Toyota may give you a new one. So I actually called Toyota the
To see
second
the record,
to
yeah.
actually see what they would do for a car or for a Toyota Camry if it had over 400,000 miles on it. And he said, "Well, I'll have to get back to you on that one," and then never did.
But the record was 500,000, wasn't it? For that
So
body style?
Google says. Google says it's 500,000. So we're gonna try and shoot for 500.
Yeah, so we may have the world record for Toyota Camry. It might look like a pile of garbage before we're done with it.
Ew, get there. Knowing I didn't buy it from Toyota, I don't know if they'll give me a new one. If they give me a new one for free and I don't have to pay on it, that would be fantastic. But we all know
DNS, I don't think that's going to happen. I mean,
because I would really rather not have a monthly payment on a car.
we're looking for her a new car.
I'm looking for pay cash flat out, pay insurance on it every month, and call it good.
Yeah, there's no payments in this household.
Yeah, we don't do car payments anymore either.
Yeah, there.
Credit cards and car payments don't do either.
Yeah,
Yep,
that's a
neither.
good- we don't have that either. That's the one thing that I'm like, people hate us for it, that we don't use credit cards to get credit.
Like, so his mom, his dad, and his brother and his sister-in-law all have
Credit cards
credit
and credit.
cards, but
Like
not us.
I don't see the need. Why should I have to get a credit card to go into debt to let them loan me $100,000 or whatever
No one can afford that.
to buy a house
That's probably true.
when I'm putting almost half of that down? So I mean, it blows my mind how the world works or how people treat that.
Yeah, credit. I don't have a credit rating either.
Yeah, I mean,
It's better to have no credit than
we're not trying
than
to,
a low
and
score.
it's not like we're trying to buy some house we can't afford. We're trying to buy something just to live in, like something that's just barely livable. You know what I mean?
And it's just the two of us and a cat. We're not gonna need.
Yeah, we don't really need a big house.
That
I was
much
thinking a
room. I
trailer.
mean,
We
he's
can't even.
wanting-
They won't even give us money for a trailer.
I mean, he's wanting a big old hippie honcho of a
So
garage, but
what we're wanting to do is hopefully save up enough money to where the down payment's so big that they allow us to build a barn dominium, live in that, and have a really big garage.
I use them when I need to order parts. Your credit cards?
Be a one bedroom garage.
Yeah.
One
Yeah.
bedroom, one bath. We don't need a stinking kitchen.
Well, I mean, like, even if you build
Well-
this, like, because I was thinking in my head, like an 80 by 90 would probably be big enough to where you could comfortably have a living quarters where it's not like
Squeezed in there.
it's not like a small apartment style. You know what I mean?
Right.
And 80 by 90s only, like, I mean, you can get them built now for probably 120. I think when I priced it back then, I mean, it was damn near that.
If he had a credit card just to use for ordering parts, he would already have that thing maxed out.
Yeah, I'd be in like so much debt.
He would have that thing maxed out.
That's why we don't have
For
credit cards, because we're not responsible.
Throw it on the card.
I mean, I am responsible. I say that, but I mean, really, I am. I have self control.
Upstairs, house, downstairs is the shop.
Yeah, that's what we want.
That
Upstairs is a
yeah.
house, and downstairs is a garage.
Yeah, with that. Yeah, that.
But I mean, that's the thing. I can do a lot myself too. Like up to code, I don't know about that, but like as far as putting a toilet in, if I have all the plumbing there to put one in, I could put a toilet in.
Wait, shoot, he fixed our sink, so
Yeah, I can put a vanity in and a sink
He
in. I
said,
mean,
"Nope, you race weekly, no self control."
They're not that hard. Common sense.
Limey, nope, you race weekly, no self control.
Not with a grip.
I don't race. Do I race weekly?
Almost.
Almost weekly, so it doesn't count. Listen.
Really depends.
Now, if there was a points race every weekend, I probably would race every weekend.
There's one next week.
He says he always, DNS says he always makes sure he got money to pay it off. But see,
Yeah.
the problem is with that is the one time you don't have the money and you think you do, that's when they get you. And that's my problem with it. I think it's a scam, but that's just my opinion. You know, opinions are like butts. Everybody's got one.
You know, trick on those credit cards is saying, you know, like charge $100 a month instead of the minimum, pay it off. Do that a couple months in a row, and it jacks your credit rating.
But see, that's what I was thinking in my head. I'm like, if you need a perfect, because the way the people that I talked to said it, how it works is you got to have like credit history for so long before you can have a decent credit score and all this. I'm like, I don't have 5 years to just wait
Well,
and build
and it's
credit.
like I've tried to apply for a Maurice's card
And we get denied.
like 3 times, and I get denied because I have insufficient credit history. It's
Yeah,
like,
well,
well,
she
I
doesn't
can't
have-
make one if you don't give it to me.
That's what I never said. You can't get credit without credit.
That's the way it was with my work. If I ever needed a loan, I was just getting one out of my 401k and paying myself back. Well, that doesn't show up on a credit rating,
2 years.
you know. So I didn't really need a bank.
Yeah,
It
but
was
mine
convenient. I never got denied. I just go in, fill out the paperwork, and they send you a check. They just take it out of your paycheck every week, which was convenient.
But as far as like, if I had to wait 2 years, I mean, that's
2 years.
well, 2 years alone, just the time to wait, but the amount of money I could save during that time, I mean, we would have enough to pay cash for a barn.
Right.
And, you know, and you could get a small loan of like 50 grand to buy a plot of land or something like that. I can get a personal loan, but I mean, I don't think they'll give me 100 grand. They'll give me probably
I tried
50.
getting a loan. That didn't go as planned either.
because I mean they don't require much for a personal line, but
Because I didn't have this and I didn't have that.
But yeah, I mean, it's ridiculous. You have to have credit to get credit.
And then they can't give you credit.
Yeah,
They can't even
I've never understood the credit system. I don't get it. This is not financial advice. I don't know if I have to put that out there or not. Don't take my advice.
Disclaimer.
I'm smart, but not smart enough to make that decision for you. Is it nader weather? We're going to have a tornado? Wendy says, Don, that's what Nate did to build his credit. I don't know.
Yeah, our son, he'd get credit cards and saying he'd charge $100 and then he'd pay the whole thing off every month.
But what?
He was saying he was living here. I wasn't going to kick him out. You know, he always pitched towards mortgage and this and that. And, I never charged him rent, but he always coughed some up.
Yeah.
And then one day he's like, "Hey, Dad, I'm moving out. Where are you going?" He's like, "Oh, I bought a house." Okay.
Yep.
No, he was big on building that credit rating ever since he got out of high school.
The way that the person that I talked to at the bank said that in order to start building credit, you have to have like a pretty large sum of money to have credit. Like you have to have a big credit. I don't know how to explain it. You have to have money invested in the credit card each month at a certain amount. So like you said, $100, that would give you like somewhat they explained was like a quarter of a point or something like that. Mm-hmm. So now remember, was it 800 that's perfect?
I'm
Like 8.
no clue.
Yeah. So like,
And I don't have a credit rating. I don't even care to look to see what my credit rating is.
well, that's the other thing I've never said. In order for them to look at your credit, they have to negatively affect your credit. I'm sorry. I'm getting off topic here.
I'm considered riskier because I don't have a car payment.
Get an account at a credit union. They do small personal loans to get you started and keep building. Colleen, I really only need a small loan to buy land, and then I can pay cash for a building. So I mean, that's not really a problem.
Well,
To
if
buy
you got
a
a
house,
credit,
huh?
credit unions will usually work with you better than a bank will.
Probably true. So like,
Hey, RC Industries.
is RC in here?
Mm-hmm. I'm just commenting.
Why do I not see his comment?
Oh, there it is.
There
Hey,
it is.
RC Industry.
Takes about a freaking minute. For
I
yours
will.
to come up.
If you want to join, buddy, I will.
Just scroll
I could
through
do
the
this.
comment. I'm sure you could paste it again. There you go.
Well, it's up there too, but here
Oh,
I'll.
that's right.
If you want to
Again.
join, buddy. You see, that's our thing. Is like at that point, you just if you can get the land, you can pay cash for something. I mean, we can set. See, we don't have. I mean, right now we don't. We don't have any bills besides,
Well, I have bills. You don't.
Well, I mean, as far as like,
Like rent,
insurance.
electric.
Yeah, we don't have any kind of
Yeah,
rent
none
or
like that. But
power bill or water bill or anything like that where we live with my mom and dad. So, you imagine putting 50% of your income into a savings account. See how I add it.
have a whole notebook of like estimations of like bills.
Yeah, but
But in order for us to be like A-okay and completely okay, we have to have 40 grand a piece in an account
for what?
to be stable with bills.
Well, I need to look at your numbers because something's off.
Well, tell your mom. Your mom's the one that done it. So, I don't know. It's
Ain't
in a
no-
notebook somewhere.
Hey, like 70% of America doesn't have $1,000 in any of their bank accounts,
40,000 for a
let alone 40 grand in each.
I could be comfortable with 40 grand in the bank.
What's that?
I could be comfortable with 40 grand in the
Yeah,
bank.
that's what I'm saying. She's
Right,
saying
that's
that
what I'm saying.
we would be comfortable, and I said, honey, most people don't have $1,000 in the bank, let alone 40. Most people. I mean, there's probably people that do, but you know what I mean. The majority is probably not.
But still, for us to be like A-okay and
80 grand to be A-okay. 80 grand.
and
Our bills are not
you
that.
have 40, I have 40, and then we could get.
There's no way. That's a lot. That's
Or
a
maybe
lot
it's
of money.
just one of us have 40.
That
we
might
could
make
get.
sense.
I don't know. I'd have to look at the notebook.
That's a lot of mortgage
I don't know. I never looked at the
or
notebook.
rent even.
Well, nowadays, if you're saying rent costs as much as a mortgage payment, you're better
Yeah.
off paying on a house.
Well, that's what we've said. It's like I don't want to move out and rent because it's like you're just throwing money away. And I've seen people try and explain it. You're not throwing money away, but really,
You are.
tell me how you're not.
That's the way it was with my son. He's like, because he figured he could just as easy make a house payment as he could pay rent every month.
Yeah.
And rent anymore around here is $700-800 a month.
That's cheap.
Shoot, we have.
Well, it could depends on what you get. It could be more because we had gas company come through here a couple of years ago, and all the landlords just jacked the prices everywhere. Because the gas company guys, they'd be half a dozen guys, they'd all pitch in, which they had money anyway because they're gas company.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like, what's the average rent around here is probably $1,000 to $1,200 for a cruddy, murdered apartment. Murder happened apartment. For a nice one, you're probably talking $1,500 to $2,000.
Which in our nice ones right now are in Lawrenceburg.
Yeah,
on
I mean,
the
and
river,
we're
but
talking.
plus a $200.
We're not in any major city. We're in the
pet
middle of
fee.
nowhere. You know what I mean? Like we're an hour and a half from really a major city. So I can only imagine what rent is downtown in Cincinnati.
RC Industry. That's the math his mom made me do.
Usually it's 6 months worth of money that you need to have in hand in case there's an emergency, and that's including whatever your monthly outgo is.
Times 6.
I mean, I can cut a lot of my spending back.
Plus, that's like with me, I calculated in like my phone bill and my insurance and stuff. That's not even with yours. So like your phone bill, your insurance,
Yeah.
your stuff, and
So-
just like an estimate of like things like that.
This has been one hell of a financial.
This life has been a mess.
It's not a mess,
It's
right,
a
Don?
train. It's a train wreck.
No, it's been going fine. It's just didn't think we'd be talking financials.
Switch to another.
A train wreck. This is not a. Well, I mean, this my YouTube channel is usually a train wreck, but
Is this broken?
yeah, it's broken. I don't know how he broke it, but he did.
All right. Okay. Change the subject.
All right.
All right. I'm gonna have to run fuel line on the car. What would be an adequate size to get? Just for standard, or regular mechanical pump.
What kind of carburetor?
5.
Is it the 5-barrel? Is it 4-barrel?
Yeah, because believe it or not, right now my fuel line runs inside the car. Runs through the trunk, through the car, out the passenger where your feet are.
Wow.
And I don't think that's going to pass tech.
No.
That's hard line going? Like that's metal line?
It's the way my uncle ran it.
That's nuts.
The only plumbing outside is brake lines.
So
He
I
didn't
would
want-
recommend like 3/8 and 5/16. Well, yours is not a return, is it?
No.
Oh, so 5/16 probably, because that's your feed line. 3/8 is usually your return line. So yeah, 5/16.
No. Do I want to go with steel? Oh, braided line. I have to find out what they got available.
I mean, but see the braided line, I don't know. See, I don't know how that works in their rules. So like they say you can't have so much rubber hose, but your braided hose is literally just rubber.
Yeah,
It's just got a steel braiding on the inside. So I don't get that. Like technically my whole car, my race car has braided hose, but it's all rubber all the way from the front to the back. I don't know why they're okay with that. The Colleen braided line is rubber. There's just metal strands in it. It's woven around it. So technically it's still rubber.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, jeez. So yeah, 5/16 would be fine. Got to go, guys and gals. Talk to you next time. See you, RC Industry.
Wow.
later I say.
Enjoy your evening. Okay.
I love you, but man, it hurts.
Uh,
Ow.
You have to figure out what kind of clips to use to mount it along the frame rails and all that good stuff.
I'll show you something. Hang on a second. I got something for you for that. Don't drop them first. Okay. Sit back down here. I don't know if you can see that or not.
Yep. Oh, that'll work.
I think they're called Myers clamps. It's got a rubber coating on it.
Yeah, so it doesn't rub holes through it.
Yeah. And I just got 2 bolt holes. You can use a self tapper or a bolt.
I like the self tapper idea.
That's what, when I originally was working on the ramp truck, that's what I used. Now it has AN line, but when I go to do brake lines on it, that's what I'll use.
That'll be easy enough.
And they're really not that expensive either. I mean, like, you can get a pack for probably like a 25 pack for $10. something like that. I mean, pennies, really, if you think about it.
Right. Right.
It don't take very many of them, so.
I mean, that, and if you got a straight run along a frame rail, you probably don't have to get them real close.
No, I mean, I don't even know how many you'd actually have to have. A couple along the frame rail, and that's really it.
Right.
The one thing I will say, although your car specifically, try and keep it away from anything that can touch the ground. Like when you hit a ditch or something or a bump, so you don't plow.
That was the whole reason he run the fuel line inside the car so that it couldn't get ripped off. Because I asked him one time, I asked him if he ever run moonshine. He said no.
Yeah, I'll be. Yeah, you could ramp a car and not have to worry about nothing.
Yeah, but that running through the interior of the car, I can see that not being a good idea.
They can't see it, right? Just put carpet over it.
The carpet was over it.
Oh. What they can't see won't hurt them. I wouldn't recommend that, but
Right. No, it's just as well I run a new fuel line on it anyway. It's just.
Let's see. Trying to think of what else. What kind of rules? I'm going to tell you this. The AHRA has way more strict rules than the NHRA as far as bracket racing goes. I'm going to tell you this. At No Name Nationals, that was the first time I've ever been teched in any drag strip I've ever been to.
Really?
Yeah. So, but I've never been to a NHRA like big event. I mean, I've just been in my local tracks bracket racing. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's not. They may do that later, but not where I'm from. They usually just look at the car, like look over. If it looks safe, it probably is safe. You know what I mean?
Yeah, if it looks sketchy, it probably is sketchy.
Like if they see a car that looks really, really fast and there's no cage in it, they're gonna be like, there's something wrong with that. If you have a parachute and no cage, there's probably a problem.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm thinking drive shaft loop. I'm just going to run street tires, but I was thinking of the drive shaft loop anyway, just for the hell of it.
Yeah. Here's my thing about the drive shaft loop. If you drop one, it can't flop around and then bend.
Right.
So there may be dents in it and stuff. You might be able to put a U-joint in it and limp it to the trailer or limp it home or whatever.
Right. Yeah, but if you bend it, you're screwed.
Yeah. And then you also got to remember, so it doesn't scratch up the surface on the track too, or throw parts everywhere.
Yeah, I got to go through the rule book. Need to find a kill switch. Hello, Lars.
What's up, buddy? I'm trying to think of this kill switch. I don't think I have anything here I can help you out with.
Is that a kill switch? It has to kill the motor from the switch too, don't it?
It just has to kill the power to the motor, I think. Yeah. I think. I mean, mine, if my car's running and you go turn it off, it turns off everything. So, I mean.
Right.
Wendy says you need a fuel cell too.
I got the tank I'm using now. I'm just going to rework that one a little bit. It just needs a new filler neck put in it.
That's not too hard.
Well, right now it's got because it's a saddle tank off a tractor trailer, cut down to 20, lays on its side.
I got you.
It sits inside the spare tire well, which it fits pretty nice. But the filler neck for it is out of a regular car and it's metal on aluminum, so he ended up JB welded it in so it leaks just a little bit around where they mate.
Yeah.
You can't weld steel and aluminum.
No. Can you make an aluminum one?
I don't know if I was thinking about maybe finding a junk aluminum fuel cell and then cutting the filler out of that and then just welding it into this tank, because I got a welder guy. He's pretty good, so figure if I just find the parts.
My other thing is you can do like a flange. I'd have to send a picture of it, but like where you just drill the top of the tank. You'd have to make sure the tank was empty and you could get all the shavings out, but and like self tapper a like an angle piece, like almost it would look like a thermostat housing almost, except in a circular pattern.
Right. Well, Lars, JB better learn. He probably gets enough jokes about JB Weld.
Yeah, I would think so. This is crazy. This is the cleanest the garage has been in probably a year or two. The fact that I can sit my computer on my weld bench is like insane. Like my last live that I did out here, I had to clear the whole bench off.
Well, at least you have a garage. Mine's more of a shed.
Well, I'm very lucky and fortunate for that. I don't think I could be a driveway mechanic. I couldn't do as much as I do here in a driveway.
Oh, I'm sure. Saying I'm just happy to have that concrete pad. I've got a bunch done on that car. Saying I can leave it up on jack stands now, which is nice. I don't have to worry about being done at the end of the weekend or.
Yeah. Couldn't imagine working in a gravel driveway every day. I would.
That's why I never got anything done. I've never really done anything on the car because just for that reason.
Are you able to? Do you have power out there? So like.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, JB, what's up? So you have you can drag a welder out there and stuff then, right?
Yeah, I run power out there a couple years ago.
Okay.
That was kind of sketchy too, but I got power out there. I just dug a ditch next to the sidewalk and laid the cable in it. No conduit or nothing, just
no conduit.
It'll be all right. Once it gives me problems, then I'll do it right.
Did you call 811? A whole commercial. Call 811 before you dig.
And I just dug down along the edge of the sidewalk, so I know I only went down about this far.
Oh, I got you.
Then where it goes into the garage, I do have a piece of pipe that I threaded it through.
I got
That way it didn't wear and tear.
Yeah.
The way it's waterproof right there where it goes underground.
but by the sidewalk, it's getting everything. I mean, it should last a long time.
Yeah, it's an exterior line, so
Yeah.
when it starts popping breakers regularly, then I'll have to worry about it.
You're gonna walk outside one day and your lawn's gonna be on fire and you're like, what on earth?
It's all right. If my garage catches on fire, I could build a hell of a garage out there.
You got a swimming pool, I guess?
25 years. Yeah, when I moved in here, we had 2 cinder blocks and a 2x6 as a back step.
Wow.
Now I got 2 decks, a swimming pool, and we're getting rid of the yard toys.
The yard toys.
Well, the swing set went last weekend. The neighbor took it. Kids are old enough, they don't swing on the swing set anymore. So,
I would think so. What about your grandkid? You don't have any grandkids, do you?
yeah, but the youngest one is, what, 9 or 10 now?
They're probably out of that age. You're right.
Yeah, trampoline. I don't know. I don't even remember the last time that thing got jumped on.
Our last, so we had a trampoline for a while. Our last one, we had a tornado come through here, just not near our house. Just we got kind of the edge of the storm.
Still plenty of wind.
Yeah. So it took it it took it 2 houses down. So she was a little mangled.
We did that once. We had high winds here, and it ended up going. It went to the third property. The first one passed the alley. It cleared their fence and took out their power box. You know, the glass meter for the electric.
Yeah.
It knocked the globe out of their meter box. It cleared the fence,
Nice.
but it wasn't in any kind of shape after it was done.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, LP, I'm almost to 1,000. I need what 43 or whatever, or 53. No, 73. I'm at 927, I think.
it's okay, Lars. I got a merry-go-round out here for you. Got a little, what do you call it? Little 4-seater spinny thingy.
Wendy says she's 5.
Oh, Riley. Forgot about Riley. But all the older grandkids, they're almost double digits now.
Yeah, I can't even imagine. That's why I think my brother and them are going to start trying to have one. That's crazy to think about. I'm lucky she doesn't want any.
And some people are that way.
Yeah, I've noticed as I go through life, I've noticed there's quite a few people that do and don't. Like it's kind of a 50-50.
Well, some people are better off not having kids.
Exactly. That's another one. I said it best the other day. The people that have them shouldn't, and the people that don't should. That's usually how it works.
Yeah, there's a percentage there too. But Wendy, she was a natural born mother, so
That's good.
and
That's
we
good.
got 3. Even my daughter, she was natural born mother. She had baby was 8. She's always the one, if baby come into the house, it was like
Yep. Limey, you're right. I'm going to be the cool uncle.
that's right.
I told her if she ever wanted any, I feel like we should adopt. I see so many kids in foster care, and it's so sad. Our next door neighbor over here has at least 8 foster kids. So this household before they bought it, the people that lived there before them, we were good friends with. They did our gutters on all of our buildings. There was him, his wife, and their son for a while until he got old enough to leave. So it technically was probably a 3-person house. and now they got 8 people living there. Now you can imagine the horrible. So the first week they moved in there, they brought in their first camper. So there's a camper outside set up for their kids. It gets better. It gets way better.
But wait, there's more.
About 2 or 3 months in, they bring the second camper, park them right next to each other. So now there's 2 campers for kids. And we got, I don't want to say this is the true story, but we got wind of the people of why they moved to where they're at now. So apparently they got kicked out of Kentucky foster care system. So
That's
they
what
come,
I was wondering.
and so they come here and
They're doing it for the money.
yeah, exactly. And it's just sad. I hate it.
And it's sad there's lots of parents, well, I won't call them parents, but
Yeah.
foster parents that do it just for the money.
Exactly.
It ain't
It's
for the
sad.
kids. They want it because they want that extra income.
Yeah.
And a lot of the kids suffer for it.
Exactly. I've not been inside the house, I mean, we don't even really.
You don't even want to see inside the house, I'm sure.
No. So that,
You can probably guess what it looks like.
yeah. And here's the other thing is that I'm kind of confused on it too. I don't know why they have them. So they got ducks, they got chickens, and they got dogs, and I think goats. But they're all free roam. They don't have like a chicken coop where they use the eggs or anything like that. And then they don't have like
What's the point of having chickens if you don't harvest the eggs?
exactly. The other thing is I don't know what the goats are for.
Mow the yard.
I assume so, but they don't. They got a mower. The dogs are really the sad part. So they got 3. I don't know what exactly breed they are, but they're super big, but they're super skinny. They look unhealthy, or they don't feed them,
I believe that.
and it's just sad. They started recently. They started coming over here and eating our dog's food. But
And it just makes you wonder what kind of neglect's going on over there.
exactly, if they neglect animals, what do you think they're going to do to kids that require more work? My sister did that for the money here in PA. It's $1,500 a month for each kid, I think. Holy moly! Yeah, they're probably racking the dough then over there. Like I said, the last time
Yeah,
I counted, there was 8.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah,
I'm surprised they got away with 8. That has to be a pretty big house for 8. 'Cause
So
usually, girls and boys can't sleep in the same room, only so many per room and
so
such and such.
The cops have been there several times. I don't know what for. I'm assuming that, but I don't know that for a fact. But I don't know how they're getting away with the whole camper thing. That's the thing. I'm like, how are you doing this? Like, that's not really a stable household.
Right?
If you built onto the house and made an addition, I'd be like, yeah, that's probably,
Right.
good for a kid to stay in. But trailer or a RV or camper, no. Anyway, let's get off the depressing topics.
Yeah, that is kind of depressing.
Yeah. Well, I got good news. I'm going to the dyno Friday with my car.
What kind of numbers do you expect? Or are you hoping for? What would you be happy with?
I'd be happy with 600. It'll probably make more than that, but I'd be happy with 600. And the way I explain it is his dyno is like very stingy.
Eh,
So like,
liar.
yeah. So I
Oh,
didn't know this,
bullshit.
but I was taught this by somebody else that works at like these dyno people that make the dyno machine. So you can kind of fudge the numbers to get 100 horse or so. And I'm assuming because he didn't want to say like big numbers you can make it better, but like he said, people can adjust things to make it look better on paper. So I was like, so there's probably a lot of 1,500 horsepower cars that are probably more like 500 or 600.
Yeah, but what's the fun in fudging the numbers?
Exactly. So like my car on the first round when we took it, it was a 450, 58 or something like that, 450 something. Which I was ecstatic. I was happy about that. But I really think it's probably the true number is probably actually 600 or they're close to it. Because I mean, it's making a 4,000-pound car pick the wheels up off the ground a little. So
Right.
either that or the torque number's high. I don't know. I'm just hoping it doesn't blow up. I would be happy if it comes back in one piece.
Yeah, sometimes they run them pretty hard on the dyno.
Yeah. He's a good dude. He wouldn't do anything I wouldn't do, so I can't hate him for that.
As long as it comes back in one piece.
Yeah.
And you'd have your work cut out for you if he blows it up.
Yep. I got a spare motor. Now, when I say spare motor, it's a stock engine. It don't have any of the stuff in what I got mine. But I mean, mine's got a can and good lifters. And good springs.
Hello, Patrick.
How's it going, Patrick? Doing all right?
That's my new best friend. He sent me a set of struts. Got here over the weekend.
Oh, really?
Got them painted up. Saying they were just a hair shorter than mine, so I'm going to have to shim them with a couple washers to even them out. But I'm happy with that. At least they're not bent.
And this is for
My Valiant.
it has struts?
It's a strut rod. It's what holds the lower control arm in place. Yeah, it goes through the lower control arm, and then saying they're about 28 inches. It goes through the K member.
Oh, I'm thinking of two different things.
You're thinking struts.
Yeah, I'm like, man, I don't remember that technology being that old, but I guess it could be. I'm like, dang, I'm gonna buy a Valiant and go no prep racing then.
Yeah, I laid them next to mine, and it's like, oh man, they're like this much shorter. So I went up to the Surplus City up here, and they got a hardware department that can't be beat. You buy everything by weight.
Nice.
I had bought half a dozen washers and 4 nuts for $1.06.
Yeah. So we got a place called Orscheln's that does that. I mean, they don't sell anything like vehicle specific or anything like that, but like your metric and American sized bolts and nuts and washers, they pretty much have it.
Oh, they got all one corner of the store is just hardware.
That's pretty cool. I mean, this place's selection's not like crazy, but if you need a quarter 20 bolt, they're gonna have it.
Yeah, and whatever grade.
Yeah, grade 5, grade 8, grade 2. Patrick's asking, was yours shorter? I think you said yeah, right?
The overall length was the same, but they got 2 nubs that they bottom out on each end. It was just 3 washers that was the difference. So I'm going to add those 3 washers. That'll bring where the stops are. Where are they at? Let me run out and grab one quick. I'll be right back.
Yeah, I'll keep them entertained.
All right.
Patrick, have you made a pass yet? Have you went 6-0s yet in the eighth? I just want you to know that I've been 540s already, and you're gonna have to make your best shot here. Oh, hey Wendy. I think Don muted it.
Yeah, I'm still on Don's computer.
Oh,
I'm in the kitchen. I'm making tuna salad. So
ooh, exciting. Are you guys gonna grill out at the No Name Nationals?
yep,
Sweet.
we're taking our grill. We're bringing the whole
Sweet
house
over.
down. We're bringing the whole house down.
Bring the whole house. I'll bring over some meat and something else.
Oh, we have 2 uprights here in the chest freezer. We have plenty of food. Yeah.
Yeah, you got it going on there. Patrick, I've never been 540. I was just messing with you.
And I haven't worked in 14 years. I started in February. My first day at work, I requested off already. My first day.
First day.
Took almost a week and a half off.
Wow.
Yep. Started as a cashier, and today I started out as manager.
Ooh. Manager. Well, if you're people managing, I feel bad for you.
Well, there's some kids. It's only at the Dollar Tree, but still, it's a job.
Oh, absolutely.
Kids were in there yesterday carrying on and that. It's like, man, and I was only a cashier yesterday. It's like, I get paid to be a cashier, not a damn babysitter.
Right.
I said, if you guys are going to be in the toy aisle carrying on and destroying stuff, I said, I'm going to throw you out.
Yeah. Yeah, there's no. At my previous job, I had problems with people being childish while we were working, and I'm working with machinery that could kill me. So.
Well, the other day, there was kids in there. There was 4 of them. They each had a cart. The other person was in the cart, in the back of the cart, and they were running through the store. And the manager threw them out.
Good.
She's like, you can't be running through the store. This ain't a race car. You can't be racing it in the grocery carts like that.
Yeah. That's just common sense.
Yeah. And there's a lot of old people over there. They're going to run them over.
Yeah, they got to learn somehow.
Yeah.
You know, of course, their parents don't spank them or nothing.
No, they didn't even come in with parents, and they were like 12, 13 years old. And they were carrying on.
Crazy. Hopefully they grow up and be good working adults.
Yeah. Well, here's Don back.
All right. Patrick, I thought you've been in the 6s already. You got some catching up to do, pal. I've been in the 6s. I can say that for true. That's a true fact. I have done that. Not far into the 6s, but I've been in the 6s.
All right. All right. Here's the strut rod. Hold on, let me turn this a little bit over here.
Here, Don, I'm trying to give you the whole thing. I think I can do that. Here.
Hold on.
I don't think I can do that. I guess.
Cat's over here throwing shit at me, Wendy.
Oh yeah. There you go. That's better. I got you full
All
screen
right.
now.
Oh, for the overall length is the same, but on the end here, see, that's a dedicated length that it needs to be. It hits, the control arm on the one end and then the K member on the other. So that one's even. Then the one Patrick sent me, see how it's just that little bit different? It's just that little bit shorter. All right. So if I'm just going to stack up a couple washers to bring this, to bring that line out to here, and we'll be good. I'm still happy with that. I mean, the one Patrick sent me is a coarse thread, and mine were a fine thread, but I got new nuts for that. Saying when I was up there at Surplus City, I just grabbed a couple nuts and a couple jam nuts. We'll be all right. But I'm happy with them. They turned out nice. Got them painted today.
She's drinking the tuna water.
That might make her sick. Wendy's making tuna salad.
Yeah, she said that. I asked if you guys were going to grill out No Name Nationals, because if not, if you guys were, I'm going to bring some food, man. We're going to have a grill out.
Actually, I'm bringing a whole venison quarter. I'm hoping somebody has a grill. It's going to need to cook for probably 3 hours. It's just a small one. It's just probably 6-7 pounds.
I was gonna buy one of them griddles, like the flat irons, one of the little ones, just for me and her. I mean, I don't plan on cooking like for the whole track or nothing, but I plan on cooking some. So
Yeah, we got a little campfire grill.
I told him we had plenty of food. I showed him the freezer. I didn't open them, but I just told
Good night, DNS. See you tomorrow night, possibly.
See you later.
Don Book smells it. He's over here standing.
Yeah, I'm just glad the ones Patrick sent weren't longer than mine. Then it'd been a problem. But with them being just that little bit shorter, I'll just shim them with washers. I got grade 8 washers so that, I didn't want to get junk. Grade 5 or whatever they call it.
Well, someone asked if I used grade 8 washers on my Vice here. I said, we only use that for race cars. Remember, you got to pay extra for grade 8. No, but I like this little Vice. I paid $20 for this Vice shipped from Northern Tool. So I don't expect it to last very long, but for what I do with things, it should be all right.
Yeah, I'd like to get me a good Vice. I got a couple small ones, but nothing, you can work hard on them.
Yeah, this is like a 5-inch Vice. I mean, it's tiny. The one on our main bench is like big. It's a Wilton, so it's heavy. It's a nice Vice. But here's the reason I bought this one. Somebody's using that one. I don't have anything. So I figured for as cheap as it was, it's hard to go wrong. I'll get my 20. I've already got my $20 out of it.
All right.
On my red truck, there was the piece that goes up to the carburetor that like your fuel line feeds into. It's AN line. just what we had lying around. Well, one of the fittings started to leak. So I made a new line for it. Patrick, please get that on video. I want to see that.
You see these videos where these guys have something in the vise and they're cranking on it and it pulls the whole bench from the wall.
Wow. I watched one the other day. They bought like a Harbor Freight, like whatever the blue one is that they sell.
Irwin.
Is it Irwin? I don't know. But anyway, they mounted it on the table and everything, and like I don't know what they were hitting, but they hit it and it like shattered. I mean, like the thing blew apart. I was like, holy moly.
Brittle.
Well, I mean, it's cast iron, so I get it. Like I would say, one good swing with a sledgehammer, and this one's probably coming apart. Patrick.
Don't ask me how I know it'll crush a drive shaft.
Patrick, I'm just going to assume personal experience, but you know. The question is, what kind of drive shaft did you crush? And why? Was it on purpose?
Now you got you playing with the vise.
Yeah, I am. I love that thing. It'll be nice having one for once. Well, and then I bought these from Harbor Freight. I bought one because it was literally laying on the counter where someone left it.
All right, a little adjustable clamp.
So I bought one. Like I said, someone left it on the counter when they were paying, or someone didn't want it. So I'm like, hey, how much is that? She's like, a couple dollars. And I'm like, throw it on mine. I'll take it. I have used that thing so much. I'm like, I bought 3 more.
There you go.
But I'm a tool fanatic. Anything to make my life easier, especially when I can justify it price wise, I'm probably bringing it home.
Whoops. Yeah, everybody gets some whoopsies once in a while.
I don't know how much more longer I'll be going here. I mean, I can keep going if you guys want to keep going. If we keep going, I'll have to take a bathroom break.
That's totally up to you. You can cut it off whenever you want.
Yeah, see what the chat says. Usually I go for 2 hours. I mean, I don't really care how long it goes. That's just usually by that time people are starting to slope off and having to go to bed. So
Yeah, being 8 o'clock on a Sunday evening.
yeah, people got to go to work in the morning. I mean, the only reason I chose Sundays and Mondays is because usually nobody's doing lives on Mondays or Sundays, besides like UTG and stuff. But I kind of quit watching his stuff.
Well, there's so many people in there. It's all right if you're going to listen to it in the background, but you can't. There's so many people you can't talk to anybody.
Yeah, right. It's just too fast. You know, I'd love for my stuff to be that fast, but I wouldn't be able to handle that.
Right.
I want to keep it small enough to where I don't have to have mods. moderators. Patrick, I assume that is probably true. It probably throws sparks everywhere. I've seen, I don't know, the evolution saw. Have you seen anything about that, Don?
Uh-uh.
Like, it's a saw that's meant to cut metal, but it's a miter saw with a metal blade, and people like just die over it. Like it's some
New
amazing
phenomena.
thing. And I'm like, it's literally just a miter saw with a metal blade. But I don't know. That's just my opinion.
I can see the appeal, but not to get overly excited about it.
Nah. I don't know what the price is. I think they're kind of expensive. Yeah, Colleen, I get it. Things happen in life where you can't do something. So I can't really judge them on that. Life happens. So I mean, just like what I had today. If I did all the work this whole weekend to get that transmission in there so that I could make sure it works and then drive it so it's movable and they don't have reverse. So, things just happen.
You can still drive it, just don't park anywhere you have to back up.
Well, I'm afraid it might be something on the inside that might make it get hot. And
Right.
Colleen, yeah, I mean, he backed out of No Name Nationals. I still don't know why. But maybe that's his thing. I don't know. I use carbide tipped blades. It does a decent job. The Evolution saw runs slow, around $400. Yeah, so they're probably priced around what you can buy a miter saw for, a really nice one. I mean, we still use our DeWalt miter saw that my grandpa bought in the 90s, I think. So, and I mean, he uses it, my dad uses it, I use it, my brother uses it. So it's had a lot of years of abuse.
Well, it's been good money then.
Absolutely. Oh, the stuff that it's built, you can't ask more out of a saw. Now, the one that I find really impressive is my dad's circular saw. It is a Skill brand saw. And like, I've always known them to be like the cheap of the cheap, as a power tool wise. Dude, that thing is older than me. And I'm 23, so.
Just a puppy.
Wendy's like, he's just a puppy.
Yeah. Still, though, 23 years, that's a long time.
Yeah, for a saw.
I mean, he doesn't use it but maybe several times a year, but still.
When he needs it.
Yeah.
And dog years, that only makes him what? A little over 21. And dog, 7 times 3.
Patrick, don't come here with that negative aura or whatever they call it. You just leave that at home, pal. We don't have to buy any tools here, please. That just means I can't cook steak at the No Name Nationals.
Oh, we won't be going hungry.
Well, that's what. So I think John said it about how Dallas's wife did all the cooking last year, or whatever. I thought there were several people cooking out. So I mean,
There was plenty of grills there last year.
yeah. If it wasn't as far as space for me, I'd probably bring my grill.
Yeah, Sam, we just got a little. I don't know what brand it is. That look,
Oh
it's a little tabletop grill.
travel one.
It's saying it's got folding legs. You can put it on a table, or you can, fold the legs out, and it takes out a little, the little propane tank.
Yeah.
It takes both. You have the adapter for the big one, or you can use the little ones.
Right. But it's big enough for a couple people.
Yeah.
Saying it's more of a griddle. It's got a flat top on the one end and then ribbed on the other. Still a bitch to clean.
Our grill is a full size grill, so we'd have to
Accommodate that on the trip, yeah.
yeah. But my dad's got it's like a 28 inch, I think, griddle that he got at some auction. That if it works, I'll definitely want to bring it.
Yeah, I've always been a fan of cast iron.
Hell, the amount of money people pay for cast iron pans, that's nuts. They're
It
paying.
depends on the brand.
Yeah, that's true. I've seen some where they're $200 or $300. I'm like, it's like a pan like that. There's nothing
Yep.
to it.
Yeah. And the hard part on them is finding the lids.
Oh, really? I didn't know
Yep.
that was a thing.
Yep. Well, see, what happened back in the day was, you get these traveling salesmen, selling these housewives these new skillet sets and this and that, or, the skillets like people use nowadays.
Yeah.
Well, part of their deal was when they'd sell them the new skillets, they'd offer to get rid of their old cast iron just to get them off the market, just to get them out of,
Yeah.
people were stuck having to use their new skillets. But if you can find the lid for a cast iron, they're worth as much as the skillet itself.
I think we have one with a lid, and that's that kettle one out in the garage.
Yeah.
The one you got from Uncle Sonny.
Patrick, I thought you were talking about bringing a block because you're going to blow the one engine up. I mean, I won't say we'll be pressing, we won't be pushing my engine to its limits, but we'll be pretty close. Especially for the 28-10-5 thing.
Yeah, I hope you have a better weekend this year than you did last year. I know last year you was disappointed.
Yeah.
Like,
you know,
yep,
it is.
on the trailer already. It's like, well, that sucks.
Yeah. If it wasn't for thinking I needed to get home, I probably would have raced my truck. But
Right.
my only mode of transportation, I probably shouldn't have. That wouldn't have been smart.
Done. Show them what I got.
Oh.
I'm making cookies. For No Name National.
Yeah, Wendy's going to be making cookies for this year. She got a cookie cutter,
I
little one-eyed cat cookie cutter.
love it.
Yeah, she's seen it online. It popped up in an ad or something, and she's like, "Ooh!" It's like, get it? It's like you better make cookies early. Make sure it works good.
I was hoping maybe the No Name National Spectator side will get really big. We'll start selling one-eyed cat T-shirts.
There you go.
Done. Tell them I'm going to put a hushy kiss right there with that. The weapon.
Cats are ripping. They're showing their young age right now.
Oh. The 318 may not be running when I put it in the trailer. We're going to put the boost to it. Well, good. Professor P, I want to see what he does with his car.
Oh, Cookie Monster.
Yeah. Everybody's been saying it's going to run really, really fast. And I don't know. I don't know. I don't have any video footage of it ever running, so I don't know if it's something special or not.
Well, I guess he's going to feed it the beans.
That's what I heard.
He's starting at 20 pounds, going up from there.
So I don't know yet, but I think what our goal is for our dyno is 30 pounds. To be able to run it at 30 pounds consistently and keep it safe. But see, 30 pounds on my turbo is like 50 on like a China turbo.
Oh, I hear the crickets.
The frogs and everything around here are going nuts. I'm hoping to put down a number, Patrick. That's all I'll say at none of your managements. I hope to at least be third.
Put it back in the bag.
Oh, it'll be all right. You're going home in one piece this year, Levi.
Yeah, that's the main goal.
All right, blow it up on the last day.
Yeah, there you go. There's a better idea. But really, I mean, like last year, I would have technically been the third fastest guy in a 28-10-5 shootout. So, and we're going to be faster this year, so I can only assume that I'll be okay. It says it run low sixes, and with NOS it'll be mid to high fives. I don't know. I don't know what it is. I'm gonna take your word for it. I mean, that's hauling,
That's getting it.
but he's got to have all the safety equipment redone because it sounds like I'm just saying I don't know this for fact. I don't know anything about him or his car, but it sounds like he had this car on the back burner and now is just starting to get back to it. So I would say all the safety equipment's out of date. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. I hope I'm wrong. I hope he comes down and has a great time. But it's a pretty big factor when you start to go that fast. Safety.
Right.
I mean, I don't take it lightly in my car, and I mean we're not going that fast. So I mean, like there's some rules in the safety thing that I go, really, like the whole seatbelt thing where they're only allowed for 2 years. Like, you know, my car sits inside. It's not like the belts just go bad.
Right. Then you get people with factory seat belts you can use that are 50 years old.
Exactly. But that's just my opinion, you know. But like helmets and stuff, that's another one. I'm like, really? That's at least like 5 years, I think. So it's not too bad. But at LS Fest this last year, they looked at my helmet and it was out of date. So I had to buy one there, $400
Wow.
for a freaking plastic helmet. So, you know.
Like you'd be better off to go find the local Harley shop.
Right. But like I was there, I didn't care. I mean, you know, it is what it is. I like the helmet too. It looks nice. But
And it's good for 5 years.
yeah, so I mean, I wasn't super mad, but I mean, it's still money I didn't want to spend.
I can understand that. Kind of blows the budget right out, or
Well-
what you allocated.
Yeah. Well, and the helmet that I had, I paid $20 for. So
At least you weren't out more than $20 on that helmet.
yeah. I mean, it lasted me, and I can still use it at like our local tracks and stuff. But so I'm still getting use out of it. It's just Sucks. 408 stroker, 361 dash heads. I don't know what that is, but that's a Mopar thing, I assume. It will make 600 plus NA. Well, see, it's got to make 600 plus whatever the nitrous is multiple times. Because listen, once you make it past first round and it blows up, you can't go no more. There is no redemption from that unless you got a spare motor.
Mm. Or unless it's built to handle that.
Yeah, I guess
And
that's
it
true.
makes it more rounds. Then everybody's got to worry about that guy.
Yeah. We're still rocking the factory rods and pistons. And the factory bearings. What else? All the factory rings. I don't know what the gaps are. This engine's never been past the heads off. So the crank's never been out of it. None of the pistons or anything like that's been out of it. This last time we opened up the main cap, it was a rod bearing. It was a rod bearing. We pulled one off. Looked fine. I'm like, slap it back together. Put it on. We torqued
Don't
it
look
down.
at it anymore. That one looked fine.
Yep, I don't even want to go any further. Now, there's probably 2 or 3 that probably look like garbage and think a grenade any minute, but I'll take that chance.
So how much racing are you doing over the summer?
Well, I've been probably 6 or 7 times so far.
It was just in North Carolina.
So like, I'm in the points series at my local track. So I have to, I paid money to be in it. So it forces you to go because you're like, well, I paid for it, so I might as well go.
Right.
But then I got some other events, like big events, like there's a streetcar takeover in Indianapolis, Indiana. I'm going to. There's a streetcar takeover at my local track that they just started last year. I enjoyed it too, so I'm going to go to that this year. What else? LS Fest. That's in Bowling Green, Kentucky. What else? That might be it. But, I mean, bracket racing every other weekend, typically.
Well, I hope it holds together for you.
Me too. I think it should. I mean, like, what we've talked to people that have pushed them to the limits, like where it should be coming apart, and it's not. So, I mean, and we're babying it, really, honestly. Now, my brother, his first engine, it got hydrolocked several times, and he went to a race at our local track, and he put 38 pounds to it, and about 300 to 400 feet out, just decided to shuck its guts out. So it didn't want to live no more.
Yeah,
But
happens.
we still think that it had a bent rod before that, so I think that's really what caused it. The engine should have taken that amount of boost, but with a bent rod, it shouldn't.
It was already limping.
Yeah. I think he just finally gave it the last whack. I just put new bearings in it, slammed the used rods and pistons back in. Yeah, I mean, like my car is as low. I say it's low budget because some people think it's not low budget, but in reality, I mean, there's nothing there expensive besides some of the stuff that I like the looks of, like the intake. I really don't need that intake, but it looked cool and I like it, so I bought And so far, it's worked nicely. I mean, the car runs great with it. It's got plenty of low end power. I mean, it's not like it's a pooch, off starting line. And the turbo. I mean, the turbo itself was 700. So I mean, that's a lot of people. That's a lot of money to a lot of people, I guess. But in the grand scheme of things, it's not that much.
Yeah, there's a lot of other ways you could have put a lot of money into that.
Yeah. I think the LS rods are cast, so I don't know, but yeah, you should be able to throw some force to that. I'm gonna use the bathroom real quick. I'll be right back.
I think he's going next weekend, Patrick. I'm not sure. We'll just ask him when he gets back. Limey, just run it. Just run the piss out of it. It'll let you know when it wants to let go. Big block.
I'm back. What I miss?
Oh, Patrick's trying to sell Limey on a turbo.
Patrick, when am I going to the dyno? Friday. Face orange, biting nails. Sounds like I'm worried about stock bottom end. LOL. LS rods are powdered metal. Okay. Well, so you're saying I can make 1,000 horsepower with my ramp truck? It's got a 454 in it. I don't even remember what miles it's got on it, but that was a lot. I don't want to end it, but at some point I'll have to go to bed, sadly, and get up to go to work. So,
That's fine.
but I appreciate everybody watching, and thanks for joining me, Don.
Yeah, man.
I said night.
Wendy says good night.
Good night, Wendy. I don't have to thank moderators, but thanks to everybody in the chat for joining and clicking on in. So, hope you all have a good work week. I should see somebody here tomorrow. I should be live tomorrow unless something bad really happens.
Night, Colleen.
See you, Colleen. Big Belly, yes, I do. I do run a LS. It's a stock bottom M53.
All right, we'll look for you tomorrow night.
Yeah, I should be able to do it. Like I said, unless something catastrophic happens in my life, I should be here. All right, everybody, have a good night.
That's it.